Well, hello and happy gaming, everyone. It's me, Dark Sage Walker, and look, I'm wearing the same robe 2 days in a row. What is this? Does he even do his laundry? What a dirty, dirty man. No, I'm doing this to show off a build that's... the spells aren't necessarily important for it, but, the more critical hits you can get, the better, because this time, we're going to show off the Vampire's Eyeglasses build. Regenerate health every time you land a critical hit. So for that reason, we're also using the robe that gives us the best chance of scoring a critical hit. And we're using a bunch of spells that score multiple hits for the best chance of scoring critical hits. It's almost like this whole build is designed around critical hits! Oh my god! I know, fucking amazing, isn't it? So, I normally don't do this build, because, as you've seen from my past videos and how I've been running my challenges, I typically don't need this build. This build is more or less attributed to people either just learning the game or, not very good at the game because they're just going to regenerate a bunch of health and never really have to, be in harm's way, like, ever. And there's something to be said for that, but I think it's also a little reductive just to say that it's a build for pure beginners, because it still implies that there's a level of skill necessary to even get the Vampire's Eyeglasses and understand what works best for a build like this. That having been said, there's a reason why I don't really do the Vampire's Eyeglasses build, and that is because just straight up I know I said I wouldn't say this, but I'm sorry, the fact of the matter is I don't really need it. There are some instances where it helps, make no mistake. Like if I had Vampire's Eyeglasses when I was doing my Cool as Ice challenge, I don't know, might have made it another floor or two. It wouldn't have saved the run, but, might have at least got a little bit further, having a little bit of passive health regen. And that's really what this build is all about, is it's just there to give you a more or less passive health regen, because all it entails is just getting critical hits. And there's nothing to getting critical hits aside from, hitting the enemy. So every now and again when you're fighting, you get some health back and you go, oh golly, I feel better! And you didn't have to work for it, you didn't have to, save up your money for a health potion, it's just, I have health! Gee golly willikers, ain't life swell! But no, I'm not calling people who use the crit glasses build weak. What I'm saying is that I don't need it. I've been able to branch out into other ideas and try out other builds that, for me, just feel better because there's not only a more of an element of challenge to it, but also it's just more fun, and I feel that the reward is worth it. But make no mistake, that's why this build is popular, because it's low risk, high reward. Which, as anyone who plays fighting games is aware of, that's the sort of 1-2 combo that lands you in a top tier position. Am I right, fellas? Am I right, all you Palutena mains in Smash? And again, not trying to be reductive, it's just she is a fairly simple character to play. I can understand that something is true without it necessarily having to be super insulting towards anyone. How are you still alive? Go away. So as you can see, the margin for error with this build is quite high. I got clocked a couple of times by the Chaos Knights, and still made it out of that room with full health without even needing the health orb. So, take it with a grain of salt. Again, I'm not trying to be insulting of anyone. This is kind of known as a beginner's build for a reason. It's intended to help people who are newer. Well, maybe not intended, but it's good at helping people who are newer at the game get their bearings and understand not only what they like and what's strong in the game, but also to really have a shot of making it to the end. This is basically one of two builds that newer players will use to unlock new arcana, chaos spells, and relics. The other being basically chaotic comedy and then anything that hits from a distance. Which one of these days I'll show that off, but hardly necessary right now. I will take the Puffy Parka, thank you. Whimsical Explodium! Kaboom! Nah, I don't think I need the Ring of Reserves. That's the artifact I was trying to think of earlier when I was like, increases the number of times you get to use it. Yeah, I was thinking of the Ring of Reserves. I just, for some reason, couldn't get that wording out. So I just ended up having to resort to, the one that does the multiple hits. Derp. We will take Perforating Jet Improvement. Oh man, Engulfing Fissure. Man, I gotta have that. I'm sorry, to me, Engulfing Fissure is nothing more than a meme. I mean, you hear the term Engulfing Fissure and you think, wow, that sounds powerful and majestic. I gotta have that. And then you use it and you just spend the entire time going, is this a fucking joke? Am I a fucking joke to you? That what I am to you? Just a punchline? I'll let you know I don't appreciate that. So, you've all seen me use Prickly Ballet before. Wow, I'm an idiot. Alright, double back. That spell is going to not only do real well at building up critical hits, but it's also going to do a real good job at basically siphoning off an area from my enemies. I mean, that's the thing, upgraded or not, Prickly Ballet is just good. Its one big flaw is that it doesn't go over pits, which, oh well. In boss fights, who cares about that? Alright, look at that. Made it out of the first floor unscathed. We didn't even take any damage. Well, it says right there you took 133 I didn't take any damage. I'm the best player at this game ever. It says right there you took 133 points. Look, I told you I didn't take any damage. Oh, who am I to argue with an unveiled threat? He didn't take any damage. So, do I suspect that this run is going to be an automatic win? No, I still feel like there's going to be other things that I need. But I mean, the Lotus Froststone helps. That's going to be a big help. I mean, except against guys that are immune to being frozen. You know, like you assholes. There we go. Much better. So, what sorts of things will make it, a lot of people will say that this build is pretty much successful without anything else. I'm not sure I 100% buy that. And especially when it gets later on, you start taking hits more frequently, at the very least you're going to need a good defensive relic base just to make sure that you mitigate some of the extra hits. And I don't think that, especially in rank 3 and on, Vampire's Eyeglasses does that by itself. keep in mind, right now it looks like we're invincible, but this is also level 1, where the enemies are, you know, a little slow, you know what I mean? They're a little slow, kind of like molasses. Oh, what have I done? Excuse me, sir. Later on, as the enemies get stronger and faster, that's... Oh, I should have pushed him towards the cave. Should have done the thing that seemed obvious. Why didn't you do that obvious thing? Oh, whoa, hey, big guys. And also, I keep mentioning Tracer Barrage, but I'll be damned if it isn't one of the most reliable spells that I've used. Owie. Okay, so I didn't factor in the startup of that spell. I just figured I would press the button and he would die. So it just goes to show you, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Alright, so I might want to come back to the calcifying bone mail, but first I want to see what Iris is selling. I also want to know who's at the mystery portal. God, I hate explosive barrels so much. Sounds like the title of a game show. Not the I hate explosive barrels so much, but it's the other one's like, let's see who's waiting at the mystery portal. Mystery portal. Okay, so because of how this build works, I don't think that I want the glass cannon. I'm normally all for it, but I'd rather keep my max health high, because at most I'm going to get another 1 or 2 points of damage out of my spells per hit, and to be fair, that's not a small amount. I'm sorry, Drea, but without the Hunter's Stiletto, I just don't think poison is the right call, so I apologize, honey. I know what I've said about fairies in the past, but I'm not sure that this one is meant to work out. You're gonna go back and pick up the fairy anyway, aren't you? You might. Haven't decided yet. You knew I was gonna do it. Sorry, I see a fairy in need, I spring to action. What can I say? Owie. Owie. Alright, we're okay. A couple of stray hits, no big deal! No big deal! Alright, and we've got the pendulum. Sweet, let's move forward. So, one thing I'm a little bummed out by is I don't get to show you guys me earning the Bravely Default achievement in One Step from Eden for the first time. And I can still show you how I did it, just basically show you the primary steps that go into earning it. But I can't show you the actual achievement unlocked thing. You're just gonna have to trust that I've done it. Which, I mean, I guess if I show it to you the second time and you don't see the achievement unlocked message pop up, I mean, that's kind of proof in and of itself that I got the achievement, so disregard me, I'm a bit of an idiot. So that's one thing I might show you guys after I've... Nah, not the Volt Disc. I like the Volt Disc, but not this time. So I'll be more than happy to show you guys how it's done, at least the way I did it. You're just gonna have to trust me. But no, was it easy to do? I would say the setup for it is easy enough to understand, but the actual execution is the difficult part. If you don't know what the Bravely Default achievement is in One Step from Eden, basically you're not allowed to take any spells. You only get to work with your default spells. So there are two builds in particular where that would be where that seems like a maybe not a wise thing to go for, but it's already kind of set up for you. That would be Gunner's Bullet Hell loadout and Saffron's final loadout, which I haven't actually unlocked myself, so I apologize. I'm coming off as if I know something, so I'm maybe just a goddamn Philistine on this one. But yee! I feel on top of the world. I used the word Philistine in a sentence. I just don't know if I used it correctly. But I do know that her final loadout only gets 100 HP, but starts with the Ragnarok spell. So it's not like I don't know about it, I just haven't unlocked it myself. And who knows, maybe that's even changed since the game came out. The devs have been pretty vigilant about keeping the game updated. At least on Steam, it's still on its original build on the Switch, which I have to say is probably something to do with Nintendo's vetting process for game updates. You know, unless it's their own update, because I mean, come on, Nintendo's gonna shut themselves. So they're not gonna say their own updates aren't good. Who are we kidding here? I saw that wavefront. Give me that. Alright, so as much as I like Aqua Breaker, and yes, it does kind of work for this build, I'm not sure that it's what I want. I may or may not come back for it later on if... Oh, Jesus. Slow it down, buddy. Slow your roll. I might come back for it if there's no good relics in Anders' shop. Owie. Okay, you and your line shock agents. Yeah, you're your line shock agents. Come on now. Like they don't even know how to fight. Like, oh my god. You hire someone else to do the fighting for you. I mean, what are you, the President of the United States? Come on. By the way, that was not a jab at the actual president. Replace President of the United States with any other world leader, and that joke works just as well. It's more of a joke about the military-industrial complex. I feel embarrassed that I even needed to explain that one. By the way, don't try that in real life. You can't destroy benches just by kicking them. I mean, unless your name is Bruce Banner, but you think Bruce Banner's the only superhero that can kick benches down? No, it's just the one that came to mind first. It's also the one that most people are going to understand because right now the Marvel movies are a big commodity. Okay, so we're just gonna design a run around a bunch of passive things like the stones here. Yeah, that'll work. I've done passive stone runs before. They're kind of fun, actually. Matter of fact, maybe that'll be my next themed run. Is I'll just do a run where the whole point is to get as many of the passive stones as I can. Which, to be fair, that's not always up to me. It's oftentimes up to the game whether or not you get a whole bunch of stones. But yeah, I figure why not? You know, why not? It's not hurting anybody to take a bunch of passive auras. Why not? I think the last time I had the Lotus Frost Stone and the Paralytic Venom Stone at the same time. Oh, thank you, Drea. I'm sorry I said our relationship wouldn't work out. You're the best. Yeah, you know why they call me toxic, right? Real funny, Drea, real funny. So, I just thought about this, but there are 5 sprites in the game, each representing the 5 primary elements. There isn't a Chaos sprite, but I mean, you know, Contingent 99, if you want to win my heart over, you know, Chaos sprite, I'm just saying. Once again, Drea is proving to be helpful. Okay, maybe I was a little bit harsh on her earlier. Oh, is that a critical hit? Oh, too bad. Yeah, I mean, everyone gets to be elemental. I get it, everyone gets a turn. It's okay, because you guys didn't really get to move at all. Ooh, I see Iris. I just gotta, you know, not die. Oh, suckers. Thank you, Sleepy Thunderstone. Oh, and we get to upgrade the Prickly Ballet. Beautiful. We now have the Prickly Couple. I wish you had the Crimson Clover here, but, you know, I guess I can't be too picky. Actually, I can, because I'm not going to take any of that. So, the Anchor of Burden is one of those things that I used to just say was just a free damage up. And I suppose when you have all just rapid hitting things and you're only going to get 1 or 2 points of damage off of it, you could take it. The real strength you get from that is if you have multiple cursed relics. That's how you get the most out of Anchor of Burden. What am I doing? That's what I was trying to do. There we go. Go, my dancing cactuses! Oh, hey, you shouldn't have done that. Insert you've met with a terrible fate joke here, and we're off to the races. Yeah, who even remembers Ben Drowned? Am I right? It was only one of the most popular creepypastas ever. Who even remembers it? Yeah, no one cares about that anymore. Except for me and a bunch of people who still enjoy good entertainment. I'm not saying you're a loser if you don't like it, just that you're uncultured. Oh, thank you, Merchant's Cart for the win. Oh, please. Yes, more pointless relics now. Now I'm down for taking that Anchor of Burden. And yes, I'll move a little bit slower, but I mean, have you seen this run? I don't need to move all that much anyway. I can move around like I've got a 20-pound turd in my shorts, and I'll still do just fine. You know, Dark Sage, now I have to imagine having a 20-pound turd in my shorts, so thanks a lot. You're welcome. Glad I could give you that wonderful mental imagery. And so we come to the conclusion that the theme of the commentary on this run is what the fuck. Like, seriously, dude, 20-pound turd in your shorts? Yeah, that's where you're going? Hey, what can I say? I'm a man of culture. If that's culture, then I'm the fucking president. Yeah, just because you're not suffering hit stun doesn't mean you're not taking damage. And this is Token of Wealth. I don't really care about Doki the Banker. Alright. I think we're good. We're going to move on to fighting the Wonder Twins. Dark Sage, they're clearly called the Thunder Twins. Hello. Look, we've already been over this. I am a man of culture. You are not. You know, hypothetical voice in my head. Look, the fact of the matter is they were clearly designed after the Wonder Twins. I've been over this in a previous video. And the idea that they're young, they're twins, one male, one female, their powers kind of mildly complement each other. Though, to be fair, did the Wonder Twins' powers ever complement each other? I mean, one of them turned into inanimate objects, the other one got to turn into animals. So, I mean, is it really fair to say that their powers complemented each other? I mean, one could turn into just, you know, a brick. I can be a brick. You can throw me at people when you take your silverback ape shape. But I mean, I think one having form of thunder, the other one having aspect of lightning, that's definitely stronger. I would say between the Thunder Twins and the Wonder Twins, Thunder Twins could take the Wonder Twins any day. Someone prove me wrong on that. I'm sure there's some comic genius out there right now that's going, actually their powers were a little bit more interesting than that. Meh. Look, I don't know a damn thing about the Wonder Twins. I know that their powers were eh. That's what I know. Their powers were eh. I know while one of them got to take the shape of gorillas and elephants and things that do damage, the other one got to be, you know, a toaster. It's like one of them was clearly better designed for crime fighting and combat than the other. Oh no, Darkseid, that doesn't seem right, because if he could take the shape of inanimate objects, then couldn't he, you know, take the shape of, you know, say a murder weapon and then catch someone in the act? Here's the thing, if he could catch someone in the act by doing that, why wouldn't he, you know, come out of the aspect and be like, jigs up, bitch? I will definitely purchase the robe improvements. I've got the health to afford it, especially since my health is regenerating. Tracking suit. I forget what it does, but I'm a genius. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna pick it up and immediately get destroyed. Because I forgot that the elemental kin spawned, and that just threw off my groove. Crap, it might take like a whole minute for me to regenerate from this damage. God, you guys are the worst. So, in conclusion, I really feel as though one half of the Wonder Twins is suited to being a superhero, and the other half not so much. And you'll notice that's kind of how they came up with the concept of Beast Boy. They were like, what if we took the Wonder Twins, but only really focused on the part that was, you know, relevant? Then the other writers at the time were like, Jesus, that's why we pay you the big bucks. Because, you know, it's not like no one else has ever thought of that before. Also, I just now realized I never did go back for Aqua Breaker, so oops. That's how you win fights. You just overwhelm people before they even get a chance to look. They'll come out and be like, hey, what was that? Oh, God! Oh, shit! Oh, damn it! And that's how you win fights. You just throw junk at people until you win. It's as easy as 1, 2, 7. Alright, so which one of these do I want to come back for? The Mirror Shield or the Curse Eater's Vest? I only have one cursed relic in my inventory, so Curse Eater's Vest doesn't seem like it would be viable. At the same time, I rarely have an occasion to take it. Even still, I think, even though it's the stars line up, however tiny and insignificant they may be, I think it's better to take a Mirror Shield. Ah! No, you're not supposed to use my strategy against me. No, get lost. You are a terrible cyclopic minion. I will have nothing to do with your violent ways. Good day, sir. You're the one throwing fire at me. Good day, sir. Did Darkseid lose his mind? I don't know. Did he ever have it to begin with? Ow. Ow again. Oh jeez, it's a mimic! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's trying to eat me, guys! It's trying to eat me! It didn't work, but it's trying to eat me! He's hyperactive. Do you have too much sugar? Did he just drink an entire 12-pack of Jolt Cola? What's wrong with him? By the way, shoutouts to anyone who actually remembers Jolt Cola. I know, it seems like it was forever ago, but trust me, there was this thing called Jolt Cola. It had about as much caffeine in it as a small horse, and yeah, it was ridiculous. It was kind of the old day equivalent of what energy drinks are now. But I don't think Jolt Cola ever got the same level of popularity and endorsement as, say, Monster, or, Rockstar. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, because it was kind of a niche product to begin with. Very few people really, like, at least in my friend group, I don't know anyone who ever actually drank the stuff aside from, me, because I was an edgy kid. I will take the amethyst key. And if I don't find another better relic, at least I know that I have a full 12. That's right, birds. That's right. Homing Flares. I do like that spell. I like it a little bit better than the Water Dragons. What does it cost? 150? Yeah, I'll be back for that. Oh, what, you think you need to hit me with arrows? Come on, get out of here with that. Just because I clearly heard one clink off my mirror shield doesn't mean you're going to hit me. Oh, thank you, Drea. Alright, so now we can afford the homing flares. I will put those over the Dragon Surge. Thing is, for the Sura fight, I might actually want the Dragon Surge back on, though. Owie! I didn't even know that aura was there. I mean, I guess that's kind of the point of wind. It's, a little difficult to see. Ow, 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 ow. Stupid archers. How dare you get Astral Rain spells? That's not even right. Go away. You're not invited to my birthday party anymore. And here's the beginning of the stage. How convenient. Wait, in what way is that convenient? I don't know. What, you think I'm one of those people that thinks about what they say? I mean, that's what you thought. You're clearly watching the wrong YouTuber here. By the way, that's known as self-deprecating humor. Do not take seriously. I actually do think I have points to offer sometimes. Okay, you guys are the worst. like to point out, still haven't taken any substantial damage. Still at 500. Still at 500. That's why the vampire's eyeglasses are so strong. Here's the crazy part. This is the strength of vampire's eyeglasses even after being nerfed. That's right, the vampire's eyeglasses have already been nerfed once. And they still have this kind of power. And I have to imagine that what the devs were thinking is yeah, it'll be strong if you use it with the awe or the shift cloaks, but I mean, come on, that's not going to be that strong. I mean, just because they get slightly more critical hit chance doesn't mean that it's going to restore that much health. But then people optimized it and found out, hey, if I use a lot of these multi-hit spells that have a much greater chance of producing critical hits, I just have a passive regeneration rate that no enemy in the game can break. Not even you, Master Sura. Well, maybe you. And that must have been when the devs decided, okay, let's drop it from healing 1 hit point, it's from healing 2 hit points per proc to 1. Still broken. Okay, maybe not broken, but just very strong. Hey, you want to come over here? Thank you. Actually, no, you didn't come over to me. I went over to you. And see, that right there was a calculated use of Wavefront to get them to use up their evading Zephyr. That way I could hit them with a spell that would be more effective. Using your brain. There we go. And Burst Mage! Yay! Burst Mage, nobody likes you. You don't have any friends. You're just a big old poo-poo head. Actually took out Burst Mage before his minions. What kind of a strange world am I living in? Where the boss goes down before the hired help. Huh. What a joke. Okay, so I'm gonna drop that, and take that, and then we're gonna hope. Hope what? I don't know. That I get to low health and Auditor's Talisman can actually do something? Look, it's just gonna be more effective than the tracking suit, okay? It was only actually giving me any real defense against fire and water. That's still useful against sewer, isn't it? Yes, but so is critical hits. Oh, Drea coming in with the poison on the boss. Oh yeah, that did a number. All right. Somewhere along the line, we've built an oppressive amount of power. God, I love Thundering Chain. Is that enough to unseat Homing Flares or Dragon Surge, though? I guess the question is, how difficult is it going to be for me to control Sura's minions? I think I'm just going to stick with what I have. I'm going to go with the original plan. Because they can hunt down the minions for me. I mean, honestly, as long as we're scoring critical hits, I hate to say it, but that was pretty much just the end of the line right there, is all I need to do is score critical hits. By the way, if this looks like an oppressive amount of power that I'm wielding, yeah, it kinda is. Electric! Whoa! Excuse me, sir. Apparently you haven't seen Thunderstruck. I'm the chief electric engineer around here, and don't you forget. Oh, now you're gonna freeze me. Okay. I was about to say, if this continues, I will be able to use Auditor's Talisman. There you go. Admittedly, I felt that was going to be kind of an easy one. I tried to talk myself out of being like, yeah, Vampire's Eyeglasses is a crutch, but you've clearly seen now, Vampire's Eyeglasses, a little bit of a crutch. But I have not done a run like that, and I wanted to show off the sort of power you get when you optimize a run around Vampire's Eyeglasses. Does it get ridiculous? Yeah, definitely. Definitely gets ridiculous. Especially after you talk to Seville and boost that robe. But a victory is a victory. Next time around, I'll do something a little bit more challenging. But thank you very much for watching. I definitely appreciate some of the support that I've been getting. I hope you guys continue to enjoy, and I will continue producing I'll continue producing comments. All the comments that I make here on YouTube and in my modern daily life. Comments like, did you know that horses have legs? But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll continue producing content so long as y'all continue to watch and enjoy it. And I will be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.